Hello, everybody. My name is Tony Rizzano, and this is another episode of the world famous University Love, the best podcast in 1, 2, 3 galaxies. But ladies and gentlemen, you and I, we just call the show Online Marketing Moves, and we are coming to you live today. Today is, I believe it's late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning at the time of this recording. It is close to the midnight hour. At the midnight hour, I can feel your power. That's a Madonna song. If you it's for you young people, okay? Like a Prayer, 1980. What year did that song come out? I'm gonna say 1987. That's just a guess. You can look it up. I don't have the Google in front of me right now. All right, but today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about time. We are going to talk about why you should get started immediately. Have a plan and get started, because time waits for nobody. And the reason why I bring this up is because I got some sad news, some very sad news today. One of my aunties, one of my aunts, as people say. I don't know about how you say it, but I say my auntie. Some people say aunt. My wife, she says aunt, but I like to say my auntie. But one of my aunties, it's so weird. December the 1st is her birthday, and she died on December the 1st. So, she died on her birthday, which is, kind of like you're born on this day, you died on that day. It's, But she was a sweetheart of a woman. She was only 57, and she died of breast cancer. And it got me to thinking about the last time I saw her. And she's on my dad's side of the family. And so for some reason, my dad's side of the family, we love each other a lot. We love each other very much. There's like a lot of, don't get me wrong, I enjoy my mom's side of the family too, but my dad's side of the family, it's like just a pure love. Like, no, I don't want nothing from you, you don't want nothing from me, kind of relationship we all have with each other. But we don't get together very often. A lot of times when we do get together, it's like for funerals, and it's very weird, and it's very sad that it's like that. Because I just thought about today. I was like, when was the last time I saw my aunt? And I was like, oh yeah, at my cousin's funeral a couple years ago. And some of them I haven't seen in like 5-10 years, And a lot of them I haven't seen since my grandma passed away, and that was a long time ago. And it's like, man, when are we gonna make time to have some happy moments, And it just got me to thinking about time and about, part of the reason why that you and I want to be, because let's forget about it's not even about the money. A lot of reasons why you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to run a business is to have freedom and a sort of, you want to be the boss of your own time, you know what I mean? And so I got to thinking about that, and it's like, it makes you reflect, because it's like, what have I been doing for the last 15, 20 years, I've been working, and it's not, and the kind of job that I had, this is just something that I do, but I talk about truck driving like in the past tense. I'm still doing it now, but I'm in the transitional phase, you know what I mean? And so I talk about it like it's in the past, because that's just how it is. And I talk about, me running the business and everything in the present, because that's what we're doing now. So, keep that in mind. That might be a little trick for you. That might help you out. But one of the reasons why we, do this thing is for freedom, not for money. The money will be there. You have a job. If you have a job, you get paid anyway. It doesn't matter. The money will be there. But one of the reasons why we do this thing, the reason why we do podcasts and we keep doing them, and the reason why you keep creating content and starting a business is so you can have complete and utter freedom over your time. And by all means, don't piss it away, because tomorrow is not promised. Only yesterdays are guaranteed. That's from a song that I heard. It's called Mirror, I believe. It's a very good song, actually. About lady's name's Madison something or another, but it's a great song. But she put that in the song. But anyway, yeah, it's just the freedom of time. You want to, because for the last 15 or 20 years, I thought, man, what I'm thinking to myself sometimes not even just because my aunt died, but just some days I'm like, somebody will tell me about a TV show or a movie and they're like, 2008. I'm like, 2008? And I'm just like, no. 2008, I was full blown, I was on the road, Like I had 2 years that I have 2 years of my life that I just consider, just lost, like I don't even know what I was doing. I don't remember much. 2006, 2007, I knew I was full blown, fully invested. All my time was trucking and nothing else, I don't even remember I think I was in a relationship, but it wasn't much of one because I was always gone, you know what I mean? But anyway, I consider those lost years, you know what I mean? I mean, it was cool, being on the road and stuff like that. But it's just like, what happened? I didn't see too much TV. I didn't see a whole lot of nothing in those times, And so it makes me think, and it's like, what are you going to do with the time that you have when you do become free, independent? And the one thing that I plan on doing, and I'm going to take action about that, is going to visit more family. Going to, not that I'm going to make it an everyday thing, because that's just not who I am. But I'm definitely going to put that in the once a year. Even if it's for a day. Just to put your arms around somebody in person sometimes is a lot better than Zooming or FaceTiming. You know what I mean? Like just to see somebody in the presence. Just to see somebody face to face. Sometimes it's a beautiful thing. And that's one of the things that I'm going to do with the time that I have. With the more free time I have. And of course, spend a lot of time with my lovely daughter, who is just cute as a button. But manage your time wisely. Whenever you do get because of course the job, they want you for 8 hours, 10 hours, and then if you're not even talking about the commute, you're not even talking about the time you got to get there, all that stuff. So jobs, they want a lot out of you and give you very little money, which we all know that. But it is what it is. It's neither here nor there. The thing you're going for, the thing that I'm going for, is the freedom, the time freedom, the overall independence. Hey, I want to wake up today and I want to be in Timbuktu. If you want to be in Sheboygan, if you woke up, let's say you're a full blown YouTube success, all right, and today you say, you know what, I'm driving to Sheboygan. And for those of you that don't know, Sheboygan is a lovely little town in Wisconsin, okay? And let's say you want to do that. Then when you're free, you can do that. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm not saying a job or you're a slave and all that kind of stuff. You're not a slave. None of that. But it's just nice that you don't have those kind of worries. Because let's face the fact, when you are, especially when you starting off, you come in, especially especially where I grew up, they like, get a job, one income, get a job, and so you're sort of dependent. It's not an interdependent, you know what I mean? You're dependent on this job, you're dependent on that paycheck. And so, but in today's world, in today's market, in today's society, people know, hey, don't depend on the job, because the job will quit. Jobs will quit you. Jobs ghost you faster than these relationships in 2021. You know what I mean? So, you want to talk about ghosting? A job will ghost you in a minute too. So, but we know now. Don't depend on one income. Don't rely on one income. And so we all work on creating stuff. We all work on, building platforms, and the more of a platform you can build, the more independence you can gain, the more freedom you can get. And then, you make, it doesn't matter, if you only need $1,500 a month to live on, and you're making $1,500 a month on your own time without the assistance of a job, then by all means quit. You are independent. You know what I mean? You are free. If you need $50,000 a month, and you're not quite, and you're at $5,000 a month, you got to keep going, until you get to that goal. The money, like I said, it doesn't matter. It's some people can live off $2,500 a month. Some people don't want to do that. Some people want to live off $50,000 a month. It's up to you. But the goal is to gain that freedom, and the goal is to take advantage of the time that you have. Spend time with family, spend time with friends. Spend time fishing, spend time doing what you want to do. It doesn't always have to be work. Don't get me wrong, You at that point you paid the cost to be the boss, you know what I mean? So take a deep breath. You should pat yourself on the back, and reflect a little bit and be like, I'm here. All the hard work paid off, you know what I mean? And so, ladies and gentlemen, all I can tell you is, because in my family we have a lot of, since I was a kid, my grandma, and I know every family, listen, we all die, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, but I have a big family. So when you have a big family, and it's unfortunate for me to say this, but you kind of get used to people dying, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, oh, I got 3 aunts and one died. I would be like, oh my God, I can't believe. But it's like, I'm sad, but it's like, it's not surprising, because every year, every month, we have, somebody's cousin, a 4th cousin, a 5th cousin, every year, on my mom's side of the family, we have a family reunion. They put up, it's at least 1 or 2 names on the t-shirt for who passed that year, so there's always death knocking at the door, but, it's, the crummy part is you get used to it. And the crummy part is, and the other crummy thing is, it's gonna keep happening, And the worst part is, for me, you know what I mean? It's gonna happen to all of us, but it's like, hey, yeah. Do you ever wonder to yourself? You ever had this thought? Before I go, you ever think to yourself, hey man, what's gonna happen to me after I die? Am I gonna get to look in on Earth and see if anybody is discussing me, anybody liked me? I used to have these thoughts a lot. I used to think, what does I used to think, like when I die, am I gonna get to talk to God and say, hey God, can you give me can you give me 24 hours so I can walk around like ghosts, and just see who liked me, who has thoughts about me, Can I get a transcript about my whole life, I like to see about what happened this day and that day, Like, that sounds cool, you know what I mean? But anyway, I have some weird thoughts sometimes, and that's one of them. But because I will tell you why I had this thought one time, because there was this girl that I was crazy about when I was in high school, and one of the few things that I sort of regret is, I think she liked me, and I was a little too, at the time, I was a little too shy to pull the trigger, and so it never happened, and I wouldn't have married. I definitely wouldn't have married her because I was headed out the door, when I graduated high school. But it'd have been cool. It would have been cool to date. It'd have been a cool story to say I dated the girl, because she probably was the fifth best looking girl I ever dated. Of course, number one is my wife. It'd have been a cool story. But anyway, if something ever happens to me, I would like to ask God, can we go back to 1995, ladies and gentlemen, and I would like to meet this, I would like to see what this young lady thought about me in 1995, you know what I mean? That's enough about that. Go out there, gain your freedom, gain your independence, and use your time wisely, spend time doing the things you do, make yourself happy, You should already be happy, but, just do things to make yourself, feel good, live in the moment, and everything else will be all right. But anyway, my name is Tony Zano. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with all new episode of Online Marketing Moves. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, take care of yourselves and each other. And as always, peace.